Good afternoon. We are convening our committee meeting for February 8th, 2016. Our first meeting as Public Works, Public Safety, and our chair is Terry Borneman.
Thank you, Pinky. We have one item before us today. Joining me on the committee is Jean Knutson and Roxanne Murphy. One item we have is a resolution regarding the safety of Planned Parenthood patients, staff, and facilities. Pinky Vargas introduced this and I will turn it over to her to talk a little bit about this resolution.
Thank you, Terry. This came about because I've been concerned about the recent escalating violence against Planned Parenthood offices and clinics across the country. There have been a number of arsons in the country, in addition to deadly shooting in Planned Parenthood in Colorado Springs. I've been talking to our local Mount Baker chapter of Planned Parenthood about the safety of their staff and the people who attend there. And I'm very appreciative that the City Council was willing to look at a resolution. Just going to read a couple of things out of the resolution, not the whole thing, but a resolution regarding the safety of Planned Parenthood patients, staff, and facilities. Whereas Mount Baker Planned Parenthood provides health care for over 5,000 men, women, and teens in Whatcom County each year, 60% of whom who are at or below the federal poverty level. Whereas all of these people, along with the Planned Parenthood staff, deserve to receive and provide services in a safe environment. Whereas Planned Parenthood health centers around the country served 3 million patients in 2014, approximately 60% of whom receive Medicaid or nurse services funded by Title X. Whereas Mount Baker Planned Parenthood healthcare professionals offer safe, affordable, and convenient health services at 3 locations throughout Whatcom, Skagit, and San Juan counties. And then last one, now therefore be it resolved that the Bellingham City Council stands for the safety of Planned Parenthood patients and staff and support Planned Parenthood's mission to provide critical and life-saving healthcare services for women, men, and teens throughout Whatcom County.
Thank you, Pinky. Any questions from Roxanne?
Well, I'd just like to say I am a very proud Planned Parenthood donor, and I always will be, so that's why I'm equally as proud to move that we pass the resolution regarding the safety of Planned Parenthood patients, staff, and facilities.
Second.
Jean?
I'll second it, and no organization should be subject to violence in our country, period.
Yep.
Planned Parenthood serves probably just as many men as it does women, so right. Thanks, Pinky.
Yeah, and I just want to thank you for bringing this forward, because I think this is a really important issue, and it's not, regardless of what a person's personal beliefs is, I really firmly believe that people, one, this provides valuable services to a lot of women. I worked with a lot of young women through the juvenile system and others where this was their main source of health care, and it's important. But it's also a matter of general rights. We have, I'm going to get on my high horse about this just for a minute, because I think this is really important. Mm-hmm. It's not about what one's beliefs are regarding a woman's rights. You can be pro-women's rights, against, whatever. But it's a matter of respecting other people's rights, regardless of how pure we think our beliefs are, whether terrorism is terrorism, and the attempt to block, to intimidate, to use violence, to kill people, which have been done on these things, is terrorist acts, regardless whether you call it what you call it. And government has to take a stand and support people's basic human rights, and these are basic human rights. And whether you're a Islamic terrorist, a white supremacist terrorist, or a anti-women's rights terrorist, it's still terrorism, and we have to stand. And I'm not going to attack you for your rights. You have a right to believe these things. But when you interfere, when you try to block, when you try to intimidate, in the case of Colorado, when you start killing people over your pious beliefs, then we have troubles with that, and we need to stand up for those basic rights. So I'm real proud to support this. Michael?
I wasn't going to give quite such a speech, but I agree with what you said. This is less about the work that Planned Parenthood does and the fact that every organization functioning within the law deserves the full protection of the law, and every person exercising their civil liberties deserves the full protection of the law. And when one organization is picked out for special threats, then I think there's a reason to speak out in favor of those rights. If any other organization was similarly threatened, I would like us to pass a resolution in support of that organization as well. So I'll be supporting this.
Okay, anybody else? We have a motion before us. All those in favor, answer aye.
Aye.
Okay, we will recommend approval to the full council tonight. And again, Pinky, thank you for doing this. End of committee.